Hey, what's up guys? It's Matt with Sun City Tactical, and today we're going to be going over a few firearms you can use for home defense. So picture this, you wake up at 3 a.m., you hear a bang, or maybe your alarm goes off, your dog starts barking, and you say to your spouse, I'm going to grab blank. And the question is, what is the firearm you're going to choose to defend yourself? So there's a few different options that many people use in America to defend themselves and their property. So the first one, the most generic one, would be your standard 12 gauge shotgun, or any gauge that you so choose. But the perception to having a 12 gauge, a lot of people say the second the criminal hears the shotgun rack, that they're automatically going to start running. Well, that's fine and dandy until they don't start running. So there's a few reasons that I'm not very keen on having a shotgun specifically for home defense. One of those reasons is it's generally big, a little on the heavier side, kind of bulky. Depending on what rounds you use, it can overpenetrate, whether you're using slugs or buckshot, birdshot, whatever the case may be. Also, you need two hands to manipulate the gun. The last reason that I would not recommend using a shotgun for home defense is if you are a man and you're out of the house, someone breaks in, your wife's there, she has to use the weapon, and the recoil is just insane. So they might get a shot off, but then panic, after they feel that recoil. So the second style of firearm that I hear a lot of people use is I'll use my AR or AK, but in this instance, I have an AR pistol right here that I'm going to be running with. So I'm surrounded by a lot of the guys that really like the AR-15. And this could be a good weapon. Usually has high capacity, 30 rounds unless you're in California. But it's a decent firearm to use in a home defense situation. So you're going to have the high capacity rounds, and it's much more lightweight. Recoil is easy, so if your spouse has to use it. Just like the shotgun, you can mount a light on it. I don't have a light mount on my shotgun because I don't use it for that purpose. But I would consider this my backup to my backup home defense gun. It can do a lot of damage. Depending on what kinds of rounds you use, it can overpenetrate very easily. So that's just something to think about. But again, the same problem with the AR-15 that I have with the shotgun is generally you have to use both hands. Now you can easily hold an AR-15 one-handed and manipulate doors or whatever the case may be. But like in my instance, I have a pressure switch on my light, so I can open a door and keep my light on. So, to each his own, but that's kind of why I don't use an AR-15 or a similar sporting rifle as my home defense gun. So the last option is the pistol, but I have a caveat to that. So what I'm going to do is grab this pistol right here, and all these guns have been cleared previously to filming this. But if you have a standard pistol at your convenience, I'm really a firm believer on having a good light on your pistol, because you kind of run into the same problem where, yeah, it's easier to use, especially if you have like a standard 9mm such as a CZ. But if I have to hold a flashlight in my hand and clear my house, if I have to open the door, or if I have to grab my kids, drag them to another room, whatever the case may be, then I don't have a free hand and I can't see with that flashlight in my hand. So if you haven't guessed, yes, my recommended home defense firearm is going to be your standard pistol with a light attached to it. And the simple reason for that is, like I've said before, you can use your hand to open doors with the light on, manipulate whatever you have to. You can grab your kids, grab your wife, drag them if you have to. So there's just a lot more freedom in using a pistol. And if you get one such as this is a 6-hour M17 with a 21 round mag, so it is empty and cleared. But at nighttime, I can have, if I choose, 22 rounds in this firearm. So the capacity is almost as great as something such as the AR-15. So that is my 2 cents when it comes to home security or firearms for your home. As always, thank you for watching, and protect what's yours.